So today we are going to do some of our no-bake recipes for our snacks. Some of these snacks were in our What My Toddler Eats in a Day, Monday to Friday edition that we did. They're really quick, really easy, and really tasty, so I thought I'd share them with you. The first one that we're going to do is our no-bake peanut butter balls. These are great if you are on the go, although you have to be careful where you bring them because, you know, they have peanut butter in them. They're really tasty and quite filling. So we start with a cup of oats. And I use my quarter cup because a lot of the other ingredients are quarter cup and it's all dry ingredients and I don't like doing dishes. So then we do a quarter cup of ground flax seeds. Now this is completely optional. But I put flax seeds and chia seeds in so many things because they don't taste like anything. Now you do 2 tablespoons of honey. I don't measure the honey because it makes a mess. And I usually end up dripping it all over the floor. Nobody likes that. Nobody wants to clean it up. Nobody wants to step in it. Quarter cup of chia seeds. Right on over top of that honey. And then, oh, we better roll up our sleeves. This peanut butter jar is down to the bottom. 2/3 of a cup of peanut butter. Now, I use just a regular store-bought Kraft peanut butter. If you're going to use a natural peanut butter, then you might want to use a little bit less, just because natural peanut butter has much more oil in it. It's not quite as solid. And you don't want these peanut butter balls to be really gooey in your hands. Now we do store them in the fridge. But they hold together quite nicely. So 2/3 of a cup of peanut butter. And then back to our quarter cup of mini chocolate chips. Again, this is another optional ingredient. So then we're gonna mix all these up with a regular old spatula. You just kind of mush the peanut butter into everything else. So when it's all mixed up, this is what it's going to look like. Now you want to put this in the fridge for half an hour, and then you can pull them out and roll them into balls. But I triple this recipe. This is only going to give you about a dozen balls. That's not nearly enough. I usually eat about 3 at a time with an apple. So I'm just going to layer this up just as it is with all those ingredients again. I usually do a double batch or a triple batch, because everybody likes these. And just mix it up right over top of the other one. So we have both layers mixed together there. I'm gonna go ahead and do a 3rd layer because I don't get a lot of time to do this kind of stuff these days. So we're gonna go big, even though we're already home. So now we have a nice huge bowl of this. I'm gonna set it in the fridge. It needs to sit for at least half an hour before you can roll them. Mine's probably gonna sit for like 2.5 hours once this baby goes to bed tonight, and then I'll roll them into balls. Loosen it up a little. It is 2 hours and 38 minutes later, just like I promised. But really, I promise, a half an hour will do. Still in a nice big clump. Let's get rolling. So that's our peanut butter balls. Super delicious, easy to make. Like I said, they only need half an hour in the fridge before you roll them. I left them in for 2.5 hours. I wouldn't leave them in for too much longer than that because it does kind of just turn into one big clump in the bowl. They've never lasted longer than about a week and a half or 2 weeks in my fridge. So beyond that, I don't know how long they'd last for. Probably a long time because none of these ingredients are going to spoil very quickly. They also freeze very well. If you want to make a bunch and stick some in the freezer and then take them out and leave them in the fridge, they're super delicious still. We do keep them in the fridge so that they stay solid and you don't have hands covered in peanut butter when you're eating them. Thanks. That's how you pour messy watermelon pops with a baby in your hand. Freeze for about 2 hours and they're good to go. So we have 1.5 frozen bananas. Now that is
milk.
You in my hands, but here you are, always in my hands, huh? Right here. Now this makes like a frosty consistency. And then we pour it into our molds. Blending! Not yet! Now you gotta do the stop and shake a few times. So this is chocolatey banana nice cream. We had 1.5 bananas, a 1/4 cup of milk, a dash of vanilla, and a tablespoon of cocoa powder. So we're gonna fill up our molds and then we are going to just eat the rest because it's kind of like the consistency of Frosty right now from Wendy's, which is delicious. Yeah, first we're gonna pour our popsicles.
Time to chocolate
Hang on.
popsicles. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Hang on. We're gonna pour our popsicles and then you eat the rest, okay? Freeze them for about 2 hours and then they're good to go. Thanks for hanging out with us while we made these no-bake recipes. If you like these recipes, please give this video a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing. Thanks.